All right, so here what we've got is we're dealing with histograms and frequency polygons. So let's take a look at this frequency distribution here with the ages. And what we can do is we can make a bar graph with bars that touch, and that could be made from each one of these rows. We can make a bar with rows. So at 10, it would be a height of 1. At 11, it would be a height of 2. And as you can see, that's what we're doing. And with these bars touching, this is called a histogram. And so when you have the bars touching, it's a histogram. If they were separated, we'd have a bar graph. And so that's kind of the difference. This is kind of a bar graph that's actually touching, so it's a specific type, and so it's called a histogram. And so we just make a bar at however high it is. And so, it's up to 9. We know that was the highest. And then we just make it look like that. And with my drawing techniques, I didn't want to hand draw one of these, so I just kind of copied what was in the book as far as how that goes. Now, like I said, each represents the height of the thing as far as the frequency. So these are the frequencies, these are the years, and this little thing here, it looks kind of like that. That keeps us from having to go from 0 all the way to 9 here. So it makes a break in our graph and along this horizontal axis, and so that makes this so we don't have to have, something that starts way over here with nothing, 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 and then it starts at 10 and goes up to 18. Okay, so that's kind of a nice feature that we can use, oops, to make the graphs a little easier to draw, and we don't have to have as much stuff on our graphs. Now, and if instead we wanted a line graph, what we get is something called a frequency polygon. Now, this can be used to visually convey the information shown in figure 12.1. So 12.1 is this one, and what we're doing is we're taking and putting a dot in the middle of each of our bars, and we're drawing a line between each of the dots after that. Now, we could do it without having to make a bar chart first. We could just go at 10, we move to 1, 11 is 2, 12 is 5, and so on, and then just draw our lines from point to point to point. And then what we want to do is always at, where 9 would be, it goes to 0, and where 19 would be, that goes to 0. So that's kind of a key thing. So it's the midpoint of your bar, and or it's right above the actual number, and then you just draw your lines here. Okay. And so, this is how you can do it. If you had a histogram, then you could kind of erase everything but the frequency polygon. But that's how you go about getting, again, the frequency polygon is either through your histogram or just putting your dots in and drawing lines. Now, another way to represent data is called a stem and leaf plot. Now, this is one that's a unique way of displaying data, and it's constructed from two parts. First part is a stem, and that's over here, and that's usually your tens digit. And usually it's for numbers that are 2-digit. If you have a 3-digit, then you have to decide, okay, is it going to be the hundreds digit, and then these are the tens and the ones together, or how you do it. So you have to kind of figure out what you're doing. But a lot of times when we do it in classes or stuff, it's just 2 digits, and the stem is the 10 digits, the tens digit, and the leaves are the ones digit or the units digit. Okay. So again, if we have 82, 8 is going to be the stem, and 2 is going to be what we call the leaf. Okay. So using the data from previously, what we do is we just go and we say, okay, well, we figure out, it's going from 4 to 9. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for our stems. And then we just go through from left to right and write down the numbers associated with it. So 8 has a 2. So we go down to 8, put a 2. 4 has a 7. So we go to 7. 7 has a 5, so we go to 5. 6 has a 4, so we go to 4. And you just keep going your way through until you have your stem and leaf plot. And you should, again, have the same number of digits over here on the right side as you do numbers here on the actual data part itself. So what we're going to do now is see if we can make one for our set of data here. All right, so again, we're going to have a stem, and we're going to have leaves. Okay. So our stem, again, 40 is the smallest, 99 was the largest, if I remember right, wherever it went, right here. So we're going to have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And again, we're just going to go across and write the numbers. So 7, 3. 58, 68, then 75, 94, then 79, and then 96, then 79, then 87, then 83, then 89, 52, 99, 97, 89, 58, 95, 77, 75, 81, 75, 73, 73, 62. Then it goes down to 69, then 76, 77, 71, then 50, then 57, 41, 98, 77, 71, 69, 90, and then 75. Okay. And that's just the quick way of, again, doing it. Just going across, and then you just put them in your table as you go, and you fill it up, and that's what it looks like. Now, you could go and do kind of like we did on the group frequency distribution and find all the sevens, count those, and as you count it, okay, there's a 73, so then you put a 3. And then the next one's 5, and then you put a 5, and then you have a 9 and a 9, so then you put the 9 and 9. But really, it's quicker just to go across and then go to the next row and then the next row and get your answers that way. Okay. All right. So let's stop there and we'll come back for some more.